So this year we're back to London and Bristol. Like, I needed to bring it back to Bristol.
Of course.
You know,
Brizzy.
yeah, I mean, like
the real home of hip hop.
Yeah, man. Yes.
I heard before DJ Cool Herc, at that party, there's one at Packersfield at the road. And that's when they really invented hip hop.
Yeah, man.
You know? Yeah.
Turbo Island.
This is the Wordlife show on Ujima Radio.
Mad. That beat is beautiful.
Thanks, man.
As are all of the beats, but that one especially. I actually really enjoyed the vibe of that. So yeah,
Thanks,
that
man.
was sick. So dope. Right. This is the part of the show we have been looking forward to. If you've been locked in throughout the show, you know we've had a lot of fun today. I've got two incredible guests. I have the Exploding Man. I had to throw that into the video interview part. Vice Beats.
It's so off-brand with the style of music. I think that's what makes it better.
Yeah. It's like not even the sound explosions. You just make people's earbuds explode with awesomeness.
It's like if you just put a massive siren on like 07. It just wouldn't.
Onto classical music.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Pull up and come again.
It'd be great.
I mean, look, that's how new genres start, right?
Yeah, it's true, man.
You might tap onto something. You might
classic hop.
You might just get a different hi-hat pattern on it and you're good, you know.
Yeah, man.
Look, Vice, you're a legend.
Thanks, man.
Now I am 13E.
I am B.
Actually, I have one video, so I could say I am B and then have the 13th, yeah?
Yes, sir.
But when it's just for radio, so for the people listening in, I am 13E is how you find him online for your Google SEO optimization.
Yep.
But an incredible artist, absolute legend of a bloke.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, I hold you in massive high esteem. I have done for many years. I think super talented. I respect what you do in the game out here.
To merit, bro.
And to see you guys working together. When Vice, because obviously Vice is the producer, I wasn't going to make you rap everyone else's lyrics or anything like that.
I want to see Vice rap.
That would have been great, but he wouldn't have agreed to it. So I was like, you're going to bring in an MC? And he's like, well, I'm going to bring in I Am 13E. And I was like, hell yeah. Even though you've come on relatively recently.
Yeah.
So forgive me if this interview is relatively slim on yourself.
That's cool.
If you're watching this on YouTube, we're going to put a link up around here somewhere and you'll be able to go back and watch his previous interviews and live performance. So
yes,
sir. Right, Vice.
Yo.
Also, you've been dying to tell me about this day evening with Dilla or something like that.
Yeah, man. An afternoon at Dilla.
And after I got it wrong, day evening, breakfast,
somewhere in between.
Yeah, in between. Supper time with Dilla. Right. I'm gonna just let you have the center stage for this one.
So, An Afternoon at Dilla started 3 years ago. Yes. So I started it with the James Stewart Yancey Foundation. The first year was linked up with University of Bristol as well, and working with Monkey Shoulder, and we had a lot of fun. Like we were working with Stop Your Beefing, who created like custom donuts that were Dilla themed. We had 3 cities, so like there was like Manchester, London, Bristol. Last year we had London only. So I wanted to really lock down the vibe of it. I wanted to figure out exactly how I wanted these events to run, and then expand them back out again. So this year we're back to London and Bristol. Like, I needed to bring it back to Bristol.
Of course.
You know, like
Brizzy.
yeah, I mean, like the
real home of hip hop.
Yeah, man. Yes.
I heard before DJ Cool Herc, at that party, there's one at Packersfield at the road. And that's when they really invented hip hop.
Yeah, man.
You know?
Turbo Island. So Bristol, the first time round, a couple of years back, that event sold out. And
an amazing event.
Yeah, that was Art Club. Big up, RIP. Art Club. Obviously, they got Club 395. So you know.
That's what combined into, because I know
395 and Art Club combined. So
okay.
So it's
synergies.
Good, man. So the idea.
See, I knew you'd be good for ad-libs. Sorry, synergies. It's not wasted, bro. That was good. Respect your input.
So yeah, man. I mean, like, these events are basically like celebrating J Dilla, and like. It's a
for
real
anyone
mix.
who doesn't know, and to you, obviously that's outrageous and preposterous, because you just spent 7 years doing this project and 10 years working on the thing. So I mean, even anyone scoffing at the thought of who's Jay Dilla. But what you got to remember is we've got a lot of younger people out there, or maybe a non-hip hop audience. So can you explain who Jay Dilla is and who he is to you?
So I mean, Jay Dilla was an incredible producer and MC in his own right as well.
But he's a better producer.
For sure. And I mean, he's mostly known for things where you wouldn't know it was him, in the sense that he was a very traditional producer where he's behind the scenes.
Outrageous thing that you wouldn't know that he'd done.
Outrageous.
I'm talking like, so I found out the other day it was Kanye West who done Bigger Than Hip Hop.
Yeah.
And we're talking. See, outrageous. Look at your face there.
Raw.
I don't know, man. I mean,
today is old.
The Chappelle Show.
I think one of the biggest things with him is that neo soul is a genre that expression is coined around him.
Yeah.
So like the idea that an entire genre has been built around his style, because like I
thought that was the guy from Matrix sung a song one day.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, he got soulful. So like
Terrible.
so like the stuff that he's done over time, like I mean, it just, I think, you know, even things like Drop. You know, like he done Drop. Yeah. I mean, like this guy has worked with everyone.
You know when he said something that shocks you? That was genuine shock.
Yeah. So I mean, you know, like things like that. I mean, you know, he was obviously like part of the Ujima, which was himself and a crazy talented crew of musicians, including Q-Tip. It was built by Q-Tip.
Yeah.
But then part of Soulquarians alongside like Questlove, Erykah Badu, all those. So like the lineups of people he's worked with.
Incredible musicians.
Yeah,
not just rappers. He's like full-blown musicians.
Fully. Like, and there's crazy stories of him like living in the studio with Electric Lady, with D'Angelo, Questlove, like James Poyser, all of these guys just hanging out and appreciating music and trying to better each other.
Yes.
So I mean, he produced a lot of stuff for The Roots. Obviously, like J-Lib is him and Madlib. Then you've got
I didn't know that.
Far Side.
See, like, we kidnapped Fat Lip from the Far Side.
Yeah.
There's a story about that. I won't get into it too much.
Sounds interesting.
We fully kidnapped him.
Of course you did.
Nice. But yeah, I mean,
that's an off camera.
There's just so many. It's crazy, and I think the thing is with him is like it's the influence that he's had, that especially with the way that social media is now. I think if we had that same kind of setup then, it would have been more of a kind of a quicker dissemination of his sound, really. But like over the years, I think because it's building traction, and also like you said about younger audiences, but I think actually with the way that things like Spotify and everything work now, like when you think about how we were growing up, like you'd be given tapes, you'd be like dictated to in terms of vinyls.
But
and
at least on those tapes and vinyls, they had credits, and you could read Jay Della was actually in there. You know?
But what I mean by that is more the idea that it's kind of you were being told there's this, so it's like here's an album, and even if you were kind of reading credits and stuff, you could seek it out, but then you needed to go buy stuff or like rip it from Winamax or like wherever.
from what?
Winamax and Napster and all that kind of stuff.
LimeWire.
Exactly.
Winamax, man. That's a LimeWire door. Napster, isn't it?
But like, you know, that's the thing is like that now.
Made it on the market.
Like with the power of like playlists and stuff, man. It's like if you, I don't know, like even if you're into someone like Kendrick, or you're into fair enough, or like
I can't stand Kendrick.
Whoever you're into, like you can kind of flow into these different styles and vibes and find these artists.
Can I ask, do you like Kendrick Lamar's voice?
I like Khan. So like Khan is basically Kendrick's massive vocal influence. So you're saying he teeth his style from someone? You know Khan, right? Shaka Khan. Like, no, not Shaka Khan. Like, Kaan, like Khan. So worked with Dre. Guy is insanely talented. But like,
I haven't heard
listen
Genghis
to Khan. Like, listen to Khan's vocal inflections. You're gonna hear Kendrick. No, I mean like, like that.
Honestly,
do you know what?
I respect what he does. Can't stand his voice. He's like,
I like how he uses his voice. Yeah, the patterns that he uses.
He does
in his
about
voice
10 voices, man.
I like that. I like his exploration of his vocal range.
Yeah.
Because then it hones in for different parts of the song. So when he's performing live, especially in his live performance, like it's cinematic. In the same way, like Doechii, seeing Doechii out.
Doechii's amazing.
But seeing the expressive nature of her.
No, but she can animate her tone, and she has a good voice. Whereas sorry, what's his name?
Kendrick.
Not Kendrick. Sorry. Kendrick, I just think his voice is horrible.
That's fair.
I guess it's down to preference, I still be in a. Right, anyway, sorry. Let's go back to your music. Pull up. I just, just for a clickbait theme.
Yeah, man. I mean, like, I think it's my point is kind of that I think people are much freer to explore stuff now, and I think that's the thing that happens with this is like there's much younger audiences getting into Dilla now, and like I don't know whether you guys went to Slum Village earlier this year. It's like the audience is one of the youngest audiences I've ever seen.
I used to host for the Slum Village tours,
and
I've seen a very mixed bag. But it does bring out the older lot, I must say.
And that's the thing, is like the last show, one of the youngest audience I've seen.
Right, well, I don't want to say too much, so basically, but they've had to postpone this one due to low ticket sales. Which makes me say that maybe it's not as popular as we think it is.
I also think that right now people are focusing on there's so many different things to focus on at the moment, like financially.
I do see where you're going with that.
Yeah,
and artists charge too much, and what they need to do is work with promoters to bring it down so it's more manageable. Message.
There you go. Teachable moment.
But no, honestly, I think the problem is music's become a lot more throwaway, and I guarantee there's lots of young people who know fast like drop and stuff like that, and might even use on TikTok on their sounds as a reel or something like that. But do they know it's still a
and I think this is the thing, isn't
down to people like you keeping it alive, bro.
That's it.
Thanks, man. But it's digging deeper in there, and I think like you were saying about liner notes, like I grew up on that stuff.
Yeah,
like,
likewise.
We all did. And it's like that's the way you'd find out about the producers.
Well,
and
as a producer, sometimes that's all you get.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like you don't even get a picture on the front, like doing gang signs and like that. You know, maybe in the back, stood in the doorway or something like that. You know, and that's like the height of it. But,
and that's the thing, man. Is like, you know, with these events, like I wanna shine light on what Dilla's done, and like the idea is that it's kind of bridging the gap a bit, where like I've got talks in there, and like it's a really fine line getting it where you can bring a whole bunch of hip hop heads together, and then like throw a talk in the middle of an event that's got live performances in the daytime, and DJs and beat sets and all sorts of things, and that's what it's doing, man. You know, like it's
educated people, man, and I think, you know, there is a real audience and calling for that, and I think it's just the way it's packaged. And from what I've heard and seen, you do an extremely thoroughly good job, my friend.
Thank you, man.
This guy works so hard behind the scenes.
He's been
so much love,
doing like the family proud, the legacy proud, and everything. So look, I think,
thank you, man.
As much as I laugh and joke and stuff like that, bro, honestly, I think it's a fantastic thing. And 7 years of your life, bro, spent, my bro. So yeah,
thanks, man.
I hope they read your producer credits. That's all I'm saying. But no, honestly, you should just print that as the front cover. Produced by me.
Yeah, man.
They're small in the doorway somewhere. Logic it. Bro, we've not got too much longer of the interview, and obviously I know that is a big part of your career, but I know you've done lots of other stuff. Now, you've done an album purely in lockdown. Now, I don't want to touch too much on the lockdown stuff, because that's a time and era that basically we've put behind us, and we don't really want to go down that path. But there was a lot of good music that come out of that from you. So do you want to explain like that project?
Yeah, I mean, Aspects was such a transitional album for me, man. Like, you know, I think I was in a place where I kind of saw it that, it was a strange time, but it meant that I could be at home. I got made redundant from the teaching job I was doing at that point, 3 months before our son was going to be born. And I was like, I need to have an outlet with this. I need to find my way of doing all of this, you know. And it was.
You think a school teacher would have understood? You need money to raise children.
Yeah, like, it's difficult times, man. It was unprecedented times.
Is in peril.
And it's crazy. And like, you know, around that time was just nuts. You know, like I couldn't go in to all of my son's checks. So like I was literally like I had a.
When you say checks, do you mean like a Burberry shirt? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. That's what it was. When my wife was going Burberry shopping, I had to stay outside.
Yeah, they wouldn't let me because I'm banned. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. So she'd be in like checking his pulse and literally like recording the audio of it on WhatsApp and sending it over to me. And it's like it's those kind of crazy things. So I incorporated all of that into the album. So like I've got a little interlude called Eben's Reprise, which is my son's heartbeat, and I kind of turned it into percussion. And then at the end of that album, I've got the sound of him like playing with his mum, and you know, like kind of just
those little things like that. Even if someone doesn't know, you'll always know. And that's super cool. You know,
that's legacy.
Man. That's amazing, and like you know, I just the way I wanted to see it was like the whole album is exploring connection in varying ways, and like so I've got an intro where like my parents separated when I was 5, but like I've got both my mum and my dad on there. You know, my wife Sam is a really, really talented wordsmith. So like she wrote a poem and kind of said something at the start and the end of the album. And then just kind of pieced it together with different artists that I love, that it kind of turned into their words and their expression as to what was going on. You know, and it was a really special process, man. And like once lockdown was done, I launched it at Lost Horizon. It was one of the most special moments of my life, man. You know, like I did a multi-sensory album launch. I put everything into that launch, like everything. It was crazy. Like I worked with Monkey Shoulder on like bespoke cocktails, and like we did it so there was puzzles that people had to solve in order to get the cocktails. Like I locked all the doors.
So no drunk people could drink, basically.
Yeah, basically, like until they could figure out the puzzle.
It's a good way of getting like a sobriety control.
Yeah, man. But it was crazy, and like so we basically did it so that we like locked the doors and everyone was stuck in a courtyard.
Wow.
But I filled the entire place with smoke. So like when people came in, like I'd got a lighting engineer, Frankie, who did an amazing job of making it look like a starscape. Had like. Who was Mr. Trick was like DJing, and we had it so that when people went in, we had like the intro to Bonobo's Black Sands, with, like this blast of smoke coming through the doors and like all these stars shining through.
Wicked.
Turned the whole album into like a 40-minute film as well.
Wow.
So like that was the way that I showed my album, was like with a sit down screening of it. And Near Sky, who created the album artwork, created paper toy rockets. So like I had everyone sitting down for like the first 40 minutes, like having a craft session, like cutting out rockets, like with like scissors and glue, and like sipping on their bespoke cocktails, and like
I just wanted a beer.
It was amazing. Dude, it was awesome, man.
Sounds
special, bro.
So like that album was really special for me, and like that built my connection with people like Blue. And off the back of that, I've worked with Blue quite a bit. Like I went out to LA last year to like hang out with him and work on some new music. And Of Nazareth, like we've got an album together that features him. Of Nazareth's amazing, man.
Right,
like,
bro, we are 4 minutes over the interview time. I replayed the whole song, so I've got to do it. Where can they find your music online?
Obviously, like all the usual streaming places. vicebeats.co.uk is my website. vicebeats.bandcamp.com.
Can people buy beats from you on there?
I sell beats, man. Just hit me up on Instagram.
Okay, not on the website. So I know you looked to me like
no, man. I'm on like Sound Better and stuff, but like because I care about the stuff that I put out, I'm not kind of on like track stars and stuff like that.
Let me show you this. The amount of people that say to me, "Oh yeah, send me a beat." No. £500.
Yeah.
Put that money in my hand. If that money doesn't show, then you owe me. You're my jungle. No, but like the amount of time we spend on these beats.
Yeah, exactly, man. And that's the thing. It's like I'll say to people, like, look, this is my minimum. And they're like, why? It's like, well, this is based on an hourly rate, and I know how long it's going to take me to make this work. And it's not just making a beat.
And I don't really want you rapping on it, mate.
Well, there is that. It's like, I'm mad selective with it, man. So it's like, I prefer to just kind of keep it low key on that front, and be selective on the artists. I work with a lot of artists, but all of them know what they're doing.
Type beats and uploading beats, and I got so much crap from people online. If people are serious, they will work with you properly. They will pay the fee. They will wait. They will do the right thing. You know what I mean? And then also work with people that you want to work with, man. You know what I mean? Like honestly, you might get like a gem. Amongst all of the sand and mud, you know what I mean? Said there's a lot of sand and mud. Right, look, love you guys. You're both legends. Thank you both for coming through.
Thanks for having us.
We're gonna go into adverts after this part of the show, and then you're gonna freestyle.
Man.
Over some Vice beats. So basically, it might seem like it's just IMB, but you will be here in the building.
Man. I'll be in the background.
They get stood in the doorway.
I'll tell you what, Vice can throw up some topics, and then we can create from there.
Yeah, man.
Well, then what we'll get you on the main mic and then get you on the side to shout them in. I have to say, I seen you at the open mic the other day doing the freestyles. You're incredible. You've done a whole song about.
Getting better.
But I mean, this is it. Practice makes perfect. Exactly. And honestly, you had us entertained. You made everyone laugh. You've done a whole song about burgers just off the cuff, and it was fantastic. And honestly, I went out and bought burgers afterwards. So you could be like a sales rep for people, right? Now, honestly, we're going to get our butts kicked if we don't play these adverts. So I got to go into these. We'll be back after this, but make sure you stick around on the other side.